Majority Whip, Senator Boni.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move motion number 9 on the order paper, being the approval of sittings of the Senate to be held in Busia County. That aware the Senate of Kenya is established under Article 93 of the Constitution, and its main role, as set out under Article 96, is to represent, serve, and protect the interests of the counties and their governments. Further, aware that the critical role that the Senate plays in the interlinkage between the national and county levels of government and the need to enhance the interaction between the Senate and county governments as a means of bringing the Senate closer to the counties and the general public, acknowledging the successes made during the sittings of the Senate outside Nairobi that were held in Uasin Gishu, Kitui, Turkana in September 2018, 2019, and 2023 respectively, and further acknowledging the recommendation of the Senate Business Committee that a sitting of the Senate be held away from the traditional premises here in Parliament in Nairobi during the term of the 13th Parliament, and the subsequent resolution of the Senate made on 8th of March 2023 to hold plenary and committee sittings in the counties for 1 week period within the months of September in every session of the 4th Senate, except during an election year, with the objective to 1, promote the role and work of the Senate and enhance public awareness regarding the business of the Senate and Parliament in general. 2, highlight existing and new opportunities for engagement in the legislative process. 3, develop and strengthen partnerships at the county level of government. And 4, provide an opportunity for members and staff of county assemblies to learn and share the best practices with senators and parliamentary officers. Now, therefore, pursuant to Article 126(1) of the Constitution, the Senate resolves to hold its plenary and committee sittings in Busia County from 6th of June to 10th of October, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to appeal to colleagues. This is actually a procedural motion because the intention and the reason for why we're sitting out is a matter that we have all since agreed upon. As the Senate Business Committee, we have sat and found that the dates involved are convenient. And as a senior leader from the community where the Senate will sit in Busia, I want to assure the House that Busia is very beautiful. In fact, you have no idea how much you're going to find it very attractive and enjoyable. You'll therefore be able to mix business and pleasure, which is the way of life, Mr. Speaker. I'm also confirming, Mr. Speaker, that the Senator of Nairobi, who is the youngest senator from the community, will be readily at hand. The community of the community will be readily at hand to offer any service that you require. Mr. Speaker, needless to mention, Senator Okiya Omtatah, the Senator of Busia, who is a presidential candidate, who up to now is yet to launch his bid, Mr. Speaker, will again be readily available, and I hope that the Senate will find time, Mr. Speaker, to give him an opportunity to address Kenya about his presidential bid when we shall be in Busia. Mr. Speaker, every time I look at him, He talks presidential, looks presidential, but he doesn't walk presidential. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, therefore, I want to encourage the House on your way from the airport to Busia, you'll be spoiled for choice. You can choose to land in Kisumu International Airport. You can choose to land in Eldoret International Airport. You can choose to land in Kitale. And more importantly, Mr. Speaker, you can land at the heart of the land of bullfighting and gold mining in Kakamega at Iwichina Airport. Although I'm not too sure, because the ministry has been slow on the maintenance of that airport, is one of the many reasons why I am very unhappy, Mr. Speaker, with the pace at which the government is trying to access this community that will be hosting you with development. You know, Mr. Speaker, in politics, the people who opposed you and your formed government, as a presidential candidate, I know, you might have that opportunity. So take this from me. The people who oppose you when you want to be president, after you become president, when they want development, they come and beg and kneel so that you can change your mind and give them development. But the people who voted for you, when they come for development, they don't beg for it. They demand for it. Yes, I know why Omunyoro is cheering me, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I did not have Mrima on the mind. I was having Western on mind. We want to aggressively push government, so that even as they service the rest of the country, they must start with the areas that voted. I'm not a proponent of shares, because the proponent of shares is far removed from...
Khalwale, let me offer some guidance.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Members of this House are the beneficiaries of this trip to Busia. So as you move this motion, members, I can see they are now getting lost. What are they expecting in Busia as in devolution? What do we need to cover? Because we are talking of devolution, we are going to Mashinani to see what is happening in Busia as the Senate. So now when you digress and go to voting and all these things, presidential, so can you stick to, especially when you are moving the motion, let the members benefit from you as the move of the motion. As a non-member, of course, you know these games. You should be able to, even myself, the speaker, convince me that what you are moving is exactly what is in the motion.
Indeed, Mr. Speaker, I'm guided, but just with a little bit of patience, I would have announced to you that we have shared roles in this motion. The gist of the motion, I've decided to leave it with the senator of Busia, who will be second me on this motion, so that he can go into the details. However, as you come to Busia, you are coming to terms with the history of the political terrain of this country. It is in Kisii, and not in Kisii, it is in Busia, Mr. Speaker, where senators will discover that the first aircraft to crash with members of parliament, including ministers, in this country was in Busia, where we lost ministers, and one of my heroes, political heroes, Mother Karua, survived, Mr. Speaker. Younger senators like Cherargei will not understand why Mother Karua is a hero, but one day he will read the history of this nation. Mr. Speaker, in Busia, you will have an opportunity to see the challenges of the one-stop border post, Mr. Speaker. The one-stop border post in Busia has literally killed businesses in Busia, because Busia is a border town, and one area where we were making a lot of money is through the business of clearing and forwarding. Mr. Speaker, when the Committee of Health comes to Busia, they'll see for the first time how far ahead Kenya is in rolling out health services, because Busia County Hospital treats almost 45% of the patients there are from Uganda. We don't mind, Mr. Speaker, because those 45% are not strangers. They're just the Luhyas on the other side. Anytime I see you intimidate me, Mr. Speaker, I always say, you know, I have a choice of being a Kenyan or a Ugandan, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when you come to Busia, you'll see with your own eyes how hardworking and innovative Kenyans are. It is in Busia that the modern African mode of transport called boda boda, it's where it was born. In fact, Mr. Speaker, I'll advise members to use the traditional boda boda of Busia. Was not a motorbike. Mr. Speaker, it was a bicycle. And how things change. I remember when I was in the National Assembly, colleagues were laughing at us that we come from a community that relies on bicycles for transport. Little did they know that innovativeness would become a national means of transport. With those many words, Mr. Speaker, I now want to invite you, the presidential pretender, and by pretender you should understand what I mean by that word. Doesn't mean you have no chance. The claimant to the presidency, the distinguished senator of Busia, my own younger brother. Mr. Speaker, the House does not know, this guy has, before he came here, he helped me a lot to succeed as chairman of public accounts, because he could give me information that I used to pin government down when I was the chairman in my other life. Welcome to second me, the Senator of Busia.
Senator Koiti Andrew Mtata.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to second this very important motion. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, the motion was passed last time, but due to budgetary constraints, the Senate was unable to go and sit in Busia. This time, I hope we'll not hit the same boulder or the same iceberg, but as the indomitable bullfighter, the Honorable Senator from Kakamega has said, it will be an important experience